Hi everybody, welcome back to another tutorial. Today we are going to focus on using Wix and letting you build a website, whether this is an e-portfolio or any other type of website that you're going to want to use. Feel free to use Wix, which is a great user-friendly website building technology. So to sign in, just simply use your Gmail, your AU Gmail or whatever Gmail it is that you would like to use. And you'll see the sites that you have published will come up. For the purpose of this exercise, we are going to create a new site. So to do that, you just simply select create new site. And one thing that is really nice about Wix is it will give you an opportunity to pick from various templates. So as you can see here, you see different types of templates. For portfolio and CV, it's real nice. For teaching, what Wix will do is it will give you two options. Do you want to answer a couple questions that Wix will use to generate a template for you, or you can choose a template that you like. As you can see, you have different varieties. You can always bounce back and forth and see what's here. Uh, Again, just kind of check them out, see what it is that you like. There is one on page 4 for a professor. This could be utilized, for instance, for an e-portfolio. But again, if you're looking just to design, for instance, a classroom website, there's lots of great things out here that you can do. Now, what I'm going to do for the purpose of this exercise, again, I would recommend you choose a template and play around with it. But for today, we're going to look at a blank template because I'm going to start from scratch to create a template related to this tutorial. Now, one thing about Wix, you will notice it takes a few seconds to generate the website, but also there tends to be a little bit of a lag time when you're clicking on the various controls. So be patient. Don't double, triple, quadruple click. Just click it once and give it a second or two, and generally you'll be all right. So now here we are inside of the main page. As you'll see, here is where you will go home. You click the down arrow, manage pages, and this will allow you to add new pages as you see fit. Just go in here, and as you can see, it's quite simple to do. And now you have your pages are all good to go. Now, what you want to do next is just kind of scroll through the navigation bar. Here's where you can save your site. I would recommend you can also do it up here on the top right corner. I would recommend you do that often to save your changes. You can preview, which will allow you to view the website before it's published. But you'll notice up here in the left corner, kind of sort of left corner, you'll see that it allows you to look at your website in the desktop, but also what it looks like for mobile users. So your students that are using this website or referencing this website from a cell phone, for instance. So it's kind of nice. It gives you an idea of what the websites look like in various platforms. Your site settings, different tools which you can use, developmental mode here, help and upgrade, which if you want to spend the money and splurge, go for it. Zoom out and reorder, undo and redo, and then save, preview, and then lastly, when your website is ready to go, here's where you will publish your information. Moving to the side navigation bar, you have your menus and pages, so you can take these and move these around and flip them around, whatever it is that you would like to do. You can see there's different settings. If you like, for instance, if you have a template that you like and you're using for your page design, hit duplicate, and that'll do that all for you, so you don't have to redesign each page every single time that you do that. The next option is your page background. So maybe you want to put in something unique, or you would like to add an image of your own or a specific color. For right now, we're just going to not worry about that. I'm going to leave it blank on the page background. So here we are back at our blank background. Another option you're going to really want to check out is the plus button here, the add button. This is the one that you'll be using most often. As you can see, you can insert text boxes, images. This can be from URL. This can be from your Google Drive. It can be from your computers, various ways of doing this. Image galleries. And as you can see, as you scroll along the list here, you can see the various different aspects of it. It is really nice, for instance, if you want to add a contact page or contact information, you can go ahead and select this option here. It's really pretty cool. It makes life a lot easier. There's the more option, which we're going to talk about here in a moment later on in the video about embedding or inserting items such as Google Docs or Google Sheets, Google Slides directly from your drive into the website. The next option is the ability to add apps. As you can see, Wix has its own store, but there's different items which you can drop in here. Social media aspects, chats, things of that nature, that's up to you. Moving on, we're going to look at media. This here is where you can import media directly. Wix has an image gallery. Wix also has some videos. You can look at Shutterstock. Again, as I mentioned, you can upload from your computer. You can upload from your Google Drive. There's a whole lot of different things, photos, Instagram, and Facebook. Blogging, if you want to insert or link a blog up to your website, you can do that as well. And then bookings, this helps you kind of manage things that are occurring outside of the website itself. As I mentioned earlier, it's important to remember that you'll most likely be using a template, but I wanted to use this blank template so that you could get an idea of how these various aspects worked. So go to the add button. If I want to add a strip onto my website, now notice there's a whole bunch of different options of which you can choose from. I am simply going to go down, scroll down here to the bottom, and I am just going to select a classic black strip. And here it is. You can move it around, you can adjust it, you can do whatever it is that you would like. If you want to insert text, insert a text, you can look at the theme text, you can look at titles, you can look at paragraphs. So it does a really nice job of giving you different templates which you can use. I'm going to select, let's go huge title. And now you do notice, right, it's written in black or like a light gray, I guess, and it blends into the background. Just simply double click the text. That will allow you to change the font, the size of the font, the color of the font. So I'm going to change this. Let's make this a green. And I want a bold, and I'm going to center align. You can see there's different effects which you can put on. That's up to you to figure out. But if you want to reset it, just simply select none, and you're back to the starting point again. And you can see the different options. Here is where you would hyperlink. So if you are inserting an image or inserting text and you would like it to go to an outside resource, here is where you would do that. So now I'll just change the title to welcome, just to give you an idea of how you can modify that. So now the next thing that we're going to look at is we're going to go ahead and we're going to switch pages, and now we're going to go to the technology page. And again, it's blank. So you're going to want to add a strip, and I'll keep it in the black style. And now we're going to add a gallery to insert images. So for instance, if you have different items you'd like to showcase, you can do that here. You can see the different options. I'm just going to select the Showcase Pro Gallery just to give you an idea of what this looks like. So it's going to come up, and you're going to want to resize it to fit it in. Now what you're going to notice as well up top and on the bottom, you'll see you have these dotted lines that are your header and your footer. So it's really pretty cool. We're going to look more at putting a kind of a navigation bar at the top, and that's going to help you do that. Now up here, I would like to add a text box just to give a title. I'm going to go ahead and add text, and we'll just title this ePortfolio. I'm going to move it up here, and we'll call it ePortfolio. Go in, center align. Now you're good to go. Now, if you want to adjust your images here, you simply go to Manage Media. You'll notice they'll come up for you. So the website does a nice job of preloading some images for you in your gallery. Now, if you want to remove them, all you simply have to do is you can, right here, you can edit the quality of the image or delete the image from the gallery. And then simply to input your own, you go to Add Media, Image. You can upload a video or text. Click on Image. You can drag files over or upload media. You're going to notice there's all sorts of options in which you can use to import an image, including link by URL to a specific image that you would like, and that will allow you to go ahead and do so. Another option you may consider using related to putting in text or different images, if we go to the Add option and we want to add a shape, I'm just going to go ahead and select this option here. I'm going to drag this underneath my previous work. And I'm going to enlarge this. Now you notice my footer will move automatically. And let's say I want to create 3 of these items, but I don't really like this color. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to change my fill color, and I'm going to make it like an orange, no problem. And I would like to have 2 more of these underneath here, so maybe I can give it titles. So, but before I do that, I want to make sure that I copy it. So I want to right click, copy, or Control C copy, and now Control V. And now notice I have 2 more options here. And notice how Wix does a really nice job of lining it up for you, so that way they're all even. Now, if I want to put in text, just simply go back to Add, Text, Big Title, move down. Again, you can select any size that you would like, and I will just put in here example 1. Center align, make sure that I am in the proper space on my text box, and there you go. So now you can hyperlink this. You can do whatever it is that you would like. Now that we're on the technology page, one last thing I wanted to show you was how to embed or insert items from your Google Drive directly onto your Wix page. So now we're going to look at inserting images from our Google Drive. Here is a former class that I had that did this exercise with an ePortfolio. So to insert a Google Doc, you simply go to File, Publish to the Web, and then you will copy that hyperlink. Back on our Wix page, to do that, we select Add, go to the More option, and then go to HTML iframe. Enter code, but we want to change this to website address. So I drop in my URL, and now notice I can move this around, maybe underneath, for instance, and I have direct access directly to my Google Doc. Now to do this for Google Slides, it's a little bit different. So here's an example that I have for Google Slides. It's a small but very important difference. So when we go to publish to the web, instead of using the hyperlink, we're going to actually embed this directly into our Wix website. So we copy and paste, we copy the link, go back to our Wix page, again, add, more. But this time, instead of using the website address, we're going to use the code, apply, and now you're going to notice it comes up, but it looks really, really big. So one thing we can do to change that is when we go to File, Publish to the Web, you're going to notice when we do so, you can change the size to small. So recopy that code, go back to your web page. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that. And now I'm going to add enter code, put that here. And now notice you can actually see much more of your slide presentation. So however you want to do this, you can move it, you can manipulate it, you can resize it, you can do whatever you like. Now I'm going to go ahead and pause the video, and I'm going to complete this page just to give you an idea of what it would look like finished. Okay, now that I have my website complete, at least this page of the website, you're going to notice a couple changes. So here's the title, but I also went in and I added a menu. And to do that, you simply select Add, Menu, and all these different options will come up for you under the menu option, which is really nice for navigation for your website. You'll also notice I moved up the title of on top of the header, so it is there for you. And then underneath, I have now 3 documents that can go along with my title here underneath. One last thing to show you is if you want to change the background here, you can simply change page background. You can look at the different options. Maybe you just want to go with a specific color. We'll go purple for Ashland. And you're going to notice it changed, but the strip did not. So if you have a strip in here and you have text boxes or images in here, that won't change because that's the strip itself. So now just to give you a preview of what it would look like, here you have the completed website or web page as it is right there. To go back to editor, you simply select that option. To publish, once you have done this, now you're good to go. It's going to ask you if you would like to title it something else. That's up to you. Hit done, and now your website will be published. So that is all for this Wix tutorial. Hopefully you are able to utilize this technology in the very near future for your classroom. It really is a great tool to communicate information to students and parents.